Hi guys, I am back again with 10 ways to simplify the healthy lifestyle, and tip number 4 is about tackling cravings. So our bodies are amazing. Our body knows when to go to sleep, when to wake up, when to go to the bathroom. It maintains a temperature of 98.6 degrees, it repairs itself when wounded, and knows the miracle of pregnancy and childbirth. Your heart never misses a beat, your lungs are always breathing, the body is a supercomputer and it never makes mistakes. The reason I bring this up is because cravings are our body's way of telling us that it needs something. And that something is not necessarily what you think you are craving, but it's like a signal that we're being sent. And so it's really important to take the time to understand why you are having this craving. So when you're experiencing a craving, I want you to deconstruct it. Ask yourself, what does my body want and why? And these are a few common causes of cravings. Number 1, a lack of primary food. So if you're feeling dissatisfied with a relationship, or you're bored, stressed, uninspired by a job, or even lacking a spiritual practice, this can cause emotional eating. Eating can be used as a substitute for entertainment or to fill the void of primary food. And by primary food, I don't mean the food that we eat. I mean the things like our job, our hobbies, our relationships, all these other things that help fulfill us in ways that food doesn't. You can't replace these things with food. If you are in a negative relationship, until that relationship is fixed, it's going to be an issue. That might sound really obvious, but I think we're all guilty of emotionally eating at times, right? We feel sad. Instead of fixing what we're sad about or like looking at that issue, we often will turn to food. Next up is water. So a lack of water can send the message that you are thirsty and on the verge of dehydration. Dehydration can manifest as mild hunger. So the first thing to do when you get a craving is drink a full glass of water. Next, we have a yin-yang imbalance. So certain foods have more yin qualities, while other foods have more yang qualities. So if you're eating foods that are extremely yin or extremely yang, this can cause a craving of the opposite thing in order to maintain balance. So, for example, if you're eating a diet too rich in sugar, this could cause a craving for meat, because sugar is yin and meat is yang. Another example is if you're eating a lot of raw foods, which is yin, you may you may crave foods that are extremely cooked or even dehydrated. So it's just your body's way of telling you that, hey, I'm feeling imbalanced, I need more of this. Next one is inside coming out, and this is about foods coming from cravings coming from the foods that we ate in our childhood or even that our ancestors ate. And a clever way to satisfy these cravings is to eat a healthier version. So if you think of comfort food, a lot of times those are things that we ate as a kid, or our parents ate as kids, or our grandparents used to eat. So yeah, maybe it's like macaroni and cheese. Maybe you grew up eating that, and so it's kind of comforting to you. Make a healthier version of it, and that way you can, really enjoy it. Next up, we have seasonal. So often our body craves foods that balance the elements of the season. In the spring, we crave detoxifying foods like leafy greens or citrus foods. In the summer, we crave cooling foods like fruit and ice cream. In the fall, we crave grounding foods like squash, onion, and nuts. And during winter, we may crave hot and heat-producing foods like meat, oil, and fat. Cravings can also be associated with the holidays like turkey, eggnog, or sweets. Another common cause of cravings is a lack of nutrients. So if you find that you're having chocolate cravings, sometimes that means you do not have enough magnesium. Another one can be if you have inadequate mineral levels, you may be having salt cravings. So you kind of want to look at, your current diet and see what you're lacking in, and maybe you'll realize, oh, that's why I'm having this craving. Another one can be if you're craving coffee, especially, you're feeling tired or whatever, you're craving energy. the best thing you can do is figure out how you can get that energy in other ways. So look at, your nutrition. If you're lacking in an area, maybe you're not eating enough good healthy fats in your diet. That could be the cause of your lack of energy and the cause of your caffeine craving. Next we have hormonal. So we all know that pregnant women are known for having crazy, unique cravings, but this also applies to menopause or just women experiencing menstruation. This can cause all sorts of cravings, and sometimes that's all it really is, and it's something that's going to pass. And next we have de-evolution. So when things are going extremely well, we have this weird habit of self-sabotaging. So we'll actually crave foods that will throw us off, which creates an imbalance. This can often happen from low blood sugar and result in strong mood swings, if that sounds familiar. We all know the term hangry. So besides just the 8 common causes of cravings that I want to talk about, I do want to mention finding a good balance with cravings. Cravings can be good. They don't have to be a bad thing. Like, they're not always unhealthy foods. The healthier you're eating, generally, the healthier your cravings get. I know I get like crazy cravings for fruit. It's one of my biggest cravings, fruit and chocolate. It's okay to give in to cravings sometimes, once you've kind of figured out why you're having it and understood it. It's not to say like, oh, I'm craving chocolate. That's bad. I'm never going to eat chocolate when I'm craving it. You can definitely eat it sometimes. The way I like to approach it is, how am I going to feel after I give into this craving? If I know I'm going to feel guilty for it, like it was, I was overindulging, or I know I really needed something else and not what I ate, then that, can make me feel kind of bad about it, and I don't want to be in a negative space because of something I ate. So sometimes it's not worth it, whereas other times I know I can, eat something that's not necessarily good for me, but it sounded really good, delicious, and feel totally fine after. So find that balance between indulging and feeling guilty. All right, I will see you guys again next week. Bye.